Well, my name is Richard Reyes, and I'm currently a student at your college, hoping to become a gym teacher one day. I've, I don't know, ever since I started going back to school, I had this hope of like maybe setting my life up to like, well, A, be near a pool and gym, so I could just stay young and fit as long as possible. But at the same time, still do good work, working with kids. Like I have a hope one day to become like a dad one day, bro. So I figure, working with kids all day, give me perfect experience, man. Like the kid complain like, oh, he hit me in class. What are you complaining about? Hit him back, dude. Swing a leg. And like, they end up fighting and stuff. But like, all right, that's enough, guys. That's enough. Settle after school, and then you guys be friends.
All right,
Man,
cool. Yeah, that's awesome. That sounds like the experience many people should have before they have kids. So that's awesome. Yeah. Where did you grow up?
I grew up here in the Bronx. Mount Haven specifically, like 3rd Avenue, 149.
Okay. How was your upbringing?
Very good. Very happy. Like my dad and my mom, they provided everything for me. I lived a life full of love and free from want. I had barbecues when I was a kid. We had our own house. I was very happy, very fortunate,
Awesome. As a kid, did you play any sports?
Nah, maybe just some baseball with my brother, but I didn't really get into sports. Like maybe I was like 15, starting to swim, swimming at Lehman College.
Okay.
Yeah. And
what got you into swimming?
it was my brother, actually. My brother, you kind of noticed I was a teenager. I don't know. Just as a teenager, I have like ADHD, so like a teenager, I had like a lot of impulses, being very impulsive, not paying attention in school. My brother's like, oh, put him in sports, put him in like and have him give him some discipline and routine,
Right.
And it was good, It did me a lot of good. Like at first, I just did swimming like in my junior year of high school into my senior year.
Yeah.
I did the swim club at Lehman College, and it was a lot of fun meeting a lot of people there. And then I didn't discover my love of swimming again until like maybe 4 or 5 years later, working as a lifeguard,
Yeah.
And then, I don't know, I got one day motivated to like pick up swimming again, so like maybe I could work, That was like a big goal for me, like when I was like, 24, like, oh, I want to get fast enough to work here. I kept hearing all this time, like, oh, if you make the city time and you're a good lifeguard, you're a good swimmer. Like, oh. So
awesome.
that was a big thing for me, just
Nice.
ADHD.
ADHD, I'm sorry about that.
It's fine, like sometimes you gotta learn to laugh at yourself sometimes when you make mistakes. Like you shrug it off like, I didn't have the best day. Today I wasn't as productive as I should be. Maybe I did something dumb to get myself hurt, but you just get back up, keep going, And overall, I like it, man. If I could choose having something wrong with me, it's not the worst thing to have, bro, because you always got charisma, you always more outgoing. You're not scared to like speak your mind,
Right.
You're not scared to make friends. You're not scared. You're not afraid to like be active, be fit. Chase your dreams.
Awesome. That's cool. What was your biggest challenge growing up?
Biggest challenge growing up was probably just school. Honestly, just
School
and making friends. Like I said, as a kid with ADHD, didn't have a lot of friends, and school is like really hard for me, like to actually focus and actually like it. So just that. Honestly, no real challenges, like actual like I can't like do this or that because someone said I can't do it. No, overall, I just learned to like live in life. As long as I put my mind to something, I can do anything.
Awesome. That's cool. What do you do?
What I do? Yeah. Currently I just like lifeguard in the winter, and I teach kids to swim like at Asphalt Green, and I like it. Like I had a friend tell me like, oh, you want to become a gym teacher? Try doing like swim instructing at at the job. I'm like, oh, okay. And I actually ended up liking it a lot. I like it a lot. It's like it gets me experience of like how to work with kids, and I just have fun. I liked along with like just swimming and just always being near a pool.
Yeah.
I like like passing around that experience I have like swimming. Oh, hey kid, if you want to like get better with swimming, like, you gotta work on like your side breathing and stuff like that. Or
right.
At the same time, whenever I had to like teach a whole class, just making it fun at the end of the day, like, oh, I don't know, like I just make it fun for the kids, man. They just want to keep doing it, Maybe some kids might be afraid of it, but I don't know. That's why sometimes I feel like I'm good with kids, and that's why I feel like I want to be a good teacher. I just end up making it fun for them. One little girl could be scared of the water, but in the class, I'm making like a fun game. Like, oh, we're gonna play this game called Sharks, all right? And your job is to get to the other side of the pool without me tagging you. And if I tag you, you're gonna become a shark. And I just end up making it fun. I crack them up like, oh, 1, 2. Wait, how's it go for it? How do I say it? 3, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Sharks.
I don't know. No. It's something along the lines of, I don't know. It's like I just end up making I'm saying like, all right, 3, 4, 5, 6. Something. I'm a shark. I'm gonna get you. Like I literally just end up just going underwater, just getting them, cracking them up. You know.
So you give them the count. You give them the head start, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, that's cool. So let's say if I bring you my niece and she's super scared of the water, how would you inspire her to get in the water and swim?
I'd just be happy. I'd be like my hyperactive stuff. You know, like I feel like sometimes I got still like a kid in me. Like, oh, what's up, buddy? Let's go swim. Let's try to just try to get our feet in the water. You know, just play some red light, green light. You know, just get them over the fear of the water and just like, just like be like kind of like their hype man. Like you could do it. Who's gonna carry the boats? You're gonna do it. You're gonna do it. You're gonna do it. You know, and just overall just be at the same time like enthusiastic to help them, like have fun with them. At the same time, just be gentle. Like, all right, take your time whenever you're ready. You know.
So, and in school, how does ADHD look like for you? Let's say you're in your least favorite class. How does that look like? What goes through your mind as the class goes on?
Let's see. What goes through my mind? Honestly, just paying attention and like actually actively wanting to like write down all the notes I have to take in class, and like even though like maybe I'm not exactly soaking whatever I'm supposed to learn in class, I just write down whatever I have to write down in class, and then I just figure it out later. And the biggest challenge honestly is just staying organized and like, you know, making sure to write down whatever like stuff is due. You know, I had those like so many annoying semesters where like, oh, like I should have turned this thing in time, but like it was past due, and the professor was like, nah. I was like, all right, fine enough. I just gotta learn the hard way, you know. Just write down whatever whatever's due, and just stay diligent and like stay on top of handing it in, and you know. Yeah.
Okay. So you write things down, so when you get back home, you get to like do your own research on it or read up about it yourself.
Yeah.
Because when you're in class, you can't concentrate that well. Is that why?
Yeah, it depends. Like if I've been working out, if I've been swimming, if I had a good swim, you know, I got a good night's sleep, I'm generally more like into the class, you know. That's why like for me, like I figure like I learned like as long as you know yourself, you could like increase your chances of success. Like I know myself growing up.
Awesome.
This is why like I kind of like learned like why I love swimming. Swimming was a big part of my life because I learned like it was a good way for me to like channel all my excess energy and make me focus, you know.
Yeah.
And that's why like for me, that's why I want to set my life up to always be like, you know, as like be physically active, you know, because like I learned that one key component along with other key components. I learned like being organized, limiting as many distractions as I can. Like that one big component, just physical exercise, helped me increase my chances of actually learning, let me like study and read, you know.
Yeah. Is there like a particular thing that's your main distraction, or?
I'll be honest. I mean, I love my friends, but sometimes I'm like, damn, I got to put my phone with Do Not Disturb, bro.
Right.
I like hearing about what happened to that kid the other day.
Yeah. It
kind of reminded me like, yo, bro, you ever hang out with your friend Chris? He's a lot like me.
Yeah.
You know, but sometimes you kind of see like I got lucky with the draw of like the cards. You know, like I got awesome good parents. They gave me a life full of love and free from want. But my friend, like I love him to death, man. But like I know like he goes through some struggles. So it was his birthday last Thursday. I couldn't hang out with him because I had like a lot of things going on.
Yeah.
And after I heard with that kid, like, hey man, you never know when your day's gonna come or when the people you love is gonna leave you, man. So spend time with your friends, you know. Spend time with him anytime I'm free, you know, at least once a week. But other times I get distracted, like I get distracted with too many things, like always wanting to be the hero, or like, oh, I could do anything. I could do anything I put my mind to. Even though sometimes it bites me in the butt with like, oh, I can't actually do everything, you know. I gotta organize and say yes to things and say no to things, you know.
Okay. Was there ever a time when you didn't feel your ADHD kicking in, where like you were actually focused on whatever you had to focus on?
Oh yeah.
What was that?
I say it was like about 2-3 years ago. And this is why sometimes I think about like locking in and getting into this like mindset of like wanting something badly, really badly. Like what was it, like 2021, like 4 years ago exactly, when I had a good job working at a health club, just maybe watching one guy swim every other hour, getting paid like at the time $17 an hour full time, 2 to 9, and like literally just like having this cool schedule where like I would go swim like 10 to 12 at Roosevelt Island, the one pool that was open in the city because of COVID.
Yeah.
Getting my swimming, killing it, like really pushing myself to like chase the dream. Oh, I want to become like a lifeguard, you know?
Yeah.
I want to become like a lifeguard at Orchard Beach, you know? I want to prove myself like I could do anything I put my mind to. So locking in and getting that swimming workout and getting better, seeing the results, like, oh, my hard work's paying off, man. I'm crushing these 200s like nothing. I'm sprinting these 200s, you know?
Right.
And then from there, having the motivation, like, all right, now I'm going to go to work. I'm going to take a shower, get ready for work, and sit down, do all my homework, focus on, like, my dream of, like, becoming a gym teacher, studying, writing, writing, research papers about, like, oh, how physical exercise affects, like, ADHD, and, like, being locked in and actually studying, like, and one thing I kind of noticed at that time, what helped me with that time was, like, it was like a nurturing environment for me because there was very little distractions. I just had one desk at a pool deck. It was a nice fancy health club too, bro.
Yeah.
And like literally, maybe watch one guy swim every other 2 hours. The rest of the day, read, write my notes, research. After like getting a fresh workout, crushing that. And then whenever I have time, we'll work out my own, you know, or like spend time with my family on the weekends because I all this source of income from the job I had. And then the height, the zenith of that summer, that time was like, well, me getting to the beach, and at the same time crushing like that semester, and like thinking like, dang, if I work hard, shit, let's see how far I can go, you know?
Yeah.
So that kind of, just like that time, I like a nice structured routine of like exercise, and at the same time still having time to like focus and be in a nice quiet environment where I can actually study and limit as many distractions as I can. That's a good way to like maintain my success. You know?
Awesome. Cool, man. What is your no, that's not the question I want to ask you. How would you describe yourself?
I would describe myself as like maybe kind of like maybe I don't have the best outlook how I am sometimes, but sometimes I think of it like as like Naruto or like Luffy from like One Piece. People always think these guys, they're never serious, they're never gonna work hard to the dreams. But like the cool thing about them, they may be goofballs, but they're full of surprises once they put their mind to whatever they want to accomplish, you know. Right. So I'd say I'm always full of surprises, and I always like to work hard and like get my heart and my mind in the right place and be like have the heart of a lion, you know.
Awesome. Yeah. Cool. How would others describe you?
Others describe me as very caring, very selfless, you know, always understanding, always want to give them time to like whatever they want to do and spend time with them, you know, like a good person, like a good friend. Yeah.
Awesome. That's cool. What is your biggest strength?
My biggest strength is my resilience, man. Like my resilience, not giving up. Sometimes life can like literally get me down with like how much stuff I have to do. But sometimes I think, hey, bro, the only reason why you play sports is because you're hungry, bro. Get after it, bro. You know, maybe you're getting discouraged right now, but you know what the best thing to think of is? Think of like those 300 Spartans, like in the Battle of Thermopylae, bro. It was hopeless for them, bro. The Persians were about to kill them all, but you know what? King Leonidas and all those 300 Spartans, they went out swinging, bro. So you do the same thing, bro. Come out swinging no matter what, bro. Awesome.
I love that. And what is your biggest weakness?
My biggest weakness? That's easy to just like being distracted. Too distracted sometimes, bro.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
I always think of it sometimes like I'm like, I don't know. I have a counselor. I told her sometimes I feel like I'm like a main character in an RPG, and like I'm the hero, bro. But sometimes I get off like the main quest, and sometimes get sidetracked with too many like side quests. But it's whatever.
I see. Okay. Yeah. That's cool. That's fair. What is your passion? Do you have a passion?
My passion? I just love being physically active. I love music, bro. I love playing guitar. I love playing piano, bro. Like I said, I would just love to live my life with like just passion, bro. Like live it like full throttle, you know, pedal to the metal, all killer, no filler, bro. You know, I always just try to like work towards like always want to be strong, as physically strong as I can, as physically fast as I can, and like having the best endurance. You know, just being physically fit and just like pursuing my dreams of just playing music, bro. You know.
Cool. Okay. All right. What are you most proud of?
What I'm most proud of? Well, seeing how far I got in life, you know. Like, there was a time in life where I was like frustrated and like, dang, I'm not really doing much with my life, bro. Like, I started school and I dropped off school, man. But then these past 5 years, like, being happy with how much I've accomplished. You know, maybe maybe it's like not the big dream, but for me, getting to the beach. Another thing was actually doing good in school and actually crushing in school and like learning new skills, like learning how to play guitar, learning how to play piano, bro, and like what else?
So did you teach yourself to play the guitar and play the piano?
Yeah, I taught myself a little guitar, like watching like a lot of YouTube videos, you know, like where they just literally you just like monkey see monkey do. You watch them how they have their front hands and like how they make their chords, you know. Piano, I kind of learned that one day when I was like I was like in a time when I was like depressed one time when I was like 24, bro. I lost my job, I lost all my friends, bro, and I felt so damn sad. And like, damn, what do I want to do now? This is that time when I was like adrift. I don't know what I want to do. But one day I just go to my school at Hostess Community College. I start playing the piano, try to learn some like Bohemian Rhapsody.
Yeah.
And then I see like this flyer saying, "Oh, piano lessons with Linda Carter, whatever her name was. I forget her name." But yeah, and I eventually like learned to like take piano lessons and like I can say I could learn. I know a couple of songs. You know, like I feel happy about that. I can read music. I want to keep getting better and better at it. You know.
Awesome. Cool. And what are you least proud of? Did I ask you that?
Mm-hmm.
I didn't ask you that. No.
Man, what I'm least proud of? Not much. Like sometimes I guess you could say I'm least proud of like maybe being too hard on myself sometimes. Like, bro, what's wrong with you? Why'd you let yourself get distracted and like instead of locking into your room, you got sidetracked playing piano? Man, come on, bro. You gotta want it, bro. Get in there, bro. Like I think sometimes like the most wonderful thing a young man can have is like when he has purpose, when he's moving with purpose, he's accomplishing anything he was accomplished.
Yeah.
And sometimes I get a little hard on myself when like getting sidetracked and like not locking in, you know. But
I think it's natural. I think we all have that. So whether you have ADHD or not, whether you're normal, whatever that is, right?
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. We all have that. I go through it myself, and I speak to many people, and they go through the same thing. Men, women, it doesn't matter. So we go through the same thing where we want to lock into something, and we might get distracted, you know, here and there, but we just bring ourselves back to the main focus, right?
Yeah.
So it's all normal. That's cool, man.
I mean, at the end of the day, I always tell myself, bro, oh, man, I got all these hopes and dreams, bro. I just want to accomplish them all, bro. You know?
Yeah.
I got a dream one day to like maybe have my own house in Texas or maybe in upstate New York, have my own nice white like grand piano, bro. Just be able to play for my family and friends, bro. Like, kind of have the life my parents already have in Texas, but like for my own family, bro.
Yeah. That's cool. So, you mentioned you want your own family. Do you have a girlfriend at the moment?
Nah, not right now. But
not yet. Okay.
Yeah, I had a girlfriend in the summer, but it works. It works. It doesn't work. It doesn't work, man. But
okay.
At the end of the day, and I just want to like focus on what I have to focus. I learned maybe a little late in life. Like, as long as you're like doing what you're supposed to be doing, bro.
Yeah.
You're gonna be feeling confident, bro. Your name will precede you, bro. Your confidence will precede you, bro. People come to you. So.
Yeah. I can see that. That's true. That is true, definitely. What's something people wouldn't know about you unless you tell them?
Yeah, sometimes I do have thoughts of quitting, but I always think, bro, get off your feet, bro. Don't you ever think about that, man. You go out swinging, bro. Occasion, very occasion. But what's another thing? I don't know. Not much really. I'm like an open book, bro. Okay. I don't hold any secrets. I say whatever's on my chest, bro.
Okay. Has that ever backfired on you? Just being open like that? Has it ever backfired?
Yeah, like remember one time I was trying to get a job as a state trooper and like I don't know. I think one of our friends, Adam, he said like oh whatever you, no one of our other friends, David, he's like, bro, whatever you said, bro, if it is ain't illegal, bro, it didn't happen, bro. There's no paper trail, it didn't happen. But me being like sure, I'll tell you whatever, man. I told him things nothing bad, bro, but like it kind of bit me in the butt for the job, but I was like, fuck it. If it's meant to be, it's meant to be. If it wasn't meant to be, it wasn't meant to be.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. What advice would you give your younger self?
What advice I would give him? I'll tell him like life is short, bro. The best way to make yourself happy is you working towards a goal, bro. You know, oh, I'm moping about this girl, or I'm moping about what you have, you don't have, is stupid, bro. You have a dream, bro. Get up out every day and fucking chase it, bro. You know,
Yeah.
Like don't ever have like this mopey attitude. Like, I'm never gonna have one anything, bro. Like, no, you put up a positive attitude out there, and like, bro, beautiful things happen to you, bro. As long as you always keep working towards a dream, you're always gonna be happy.
Awesome. Okay. Where can people find you?
Oh, they can find me on Instagram at Reyes the Slayer 94.
Awesome. Awesome. All right. That was good. I love it.